to kick it off today, we're actually celebrating Sharon's successes. Sharon's been a member of my Pitch with Impact coaching program for the last couple of months. And to say the very least, she absolutely smashed it. So Sharon's received multiple million-dollar investment offers from angel investors and is on track to close about 2 million in seed round fundraising for her startup Sharonel events. I'll let Sharon talk a little bit more about what that is in a moment. So welcome, Sharon, and should we dive right into it? Do you want to start off by just introducing a little bit about yourself and Sharonel events?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. And thank you for the nice introduction, Ben, because it's awesome. Okay, so my name is Sharonel Kosiani, and I'm the founder and CEO of Sharonel Events. This is an online marketplace. This is a two-sided marketplace connecting event industry pros like venues, photographers, makeup artists, whoever you might need at an event. To their future clients. So we're a startup and we're at seed stage right now, raising funds. And this is how I got connected to Ben, to you.
Perfect. A great introduction. Thanks, Sharon. So what I'd love to ask you to kind of start off here is, if you think back to when we first got connected, I believe it was through a Facebook group, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. If you just cast your mind back, what was happening in your business at the time? What was it that you were struggling with before we connected and before we started working together?
A lot of things. Thank you for asking. Okay, but honestly, I think most of the founders are struggling with the same problems here. So, for example, knowing our product well. And of course, we know our products, but only from a founder's side, not from another perspective. And I was struggling to step back a little bit and see Sharonel events differently, to know what a user or an investor wants to know about Sharonel, about, they don't want to know about all the features all the time. They want to know the story behind it. And this is how your content just got me there. This is why I commented on your content on the Facebook group, because I saw that you were talking about another perspective about storytelling, and instead of just telling everything about the product, about the features and everything. I mean, those are important, but it's not that important from this perspective.
Perfect. And so when we initially connected and we spoke, what was it that made you kind of decide to go for it? Was there anything in your mind that made you almost not go for it? What was kind of going through your head at that point?
No, okay. So honestly, I wasn't hesitating at all. So as a startup founder, my job is to make the risk smaller, because there are lots of risks when we're talking about a startup. And I can only make the risk smaller if I learn how to represent my company the best way. I mean, to know how to talk and what to say to certain people, like I mean here, the investors, or the customers. So it's very important to invest in yourself when you're someone who is representing a company. So I think it's very helpful. So no, it's a no-brainer. At all.
And so when we initially started working together, what were some of the things that we worked on to help you get the ball rolling, and that you found really useful?
Whoa, a lot of things, but my personal favorite was, first of all, the Miro board, because you just ask the right questions there. I realized that I'm usually overcomplicating everything, and it just cleared everything out. And I am so thankful for you to do that, because it just made me realize that the way I was thinking is from a different perspective. So this is what I was talking, I mentioned before that we see things differently, and I have to see it from a different angle. So, and also the pitch deck, which was really a rush deck at first, because yeah, to many of you, you don't know that when we started, talking to each other with Ben and working with each other, I think it was the first time when I told you that, oh, okay, I've just started, talking to investors and they're waiting for the pitch deck.
Yeah, we had a time frame there.
Yeah. So
Quick
we got to
deadline.
do something. And you were awesome. I mean, you were so helpful. And this is what I really want to highlight here, because whenever I asked you a question, even though we were not in a call, you were there. And I think the pitch deck is one of the most important thing in a startup's life, because that's, some people say that, okay, ditch the pitch deck. But with creating the pitch deck, I could understand my product the best way, and more and more, so we went very deep in it. And because of the Miro board as well, because of your questions, so all of it was so professional. And the feedbacks what I get on the pitch deck is really positive. I mean, they say that it's very clear, very easy to understand, and it's not full of, designs. I mean, you don't need to have
These are the investors, are they saying this?
Yes, 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 yes. So the investors, because what I experience is that investors are, they're curious about your pitch deck, of course, because they want to see a short, um, like something about your product, but they just don't want to see that you like, maybe you spent the most time on designing it, because it should be clear. It should be just simple.
Awesome. And so, what would you say is the biggest accomplishment or breakthrough that you've achieved in us working together?
Well, understanding what it means to knowing my own product and confidence, it is tricky, because most founders, and me too, of course, I'm in that group. I thought I knew everything. And it kind of, it sounds a little arrogant as well, that I knew everything. I know what to focus on, but no, it's not that. I mean, I wasn't focusing on the right things, and I was wrong. So I knew it on the different perspective. I knew it as an IT person, or as as a strategy person, but I didn't see my own product from a different angle. And the confidence is awesome. So we started, working together, and when you showed me a way to see and to understand my own product, it was like light. So no, seriously, it was light, coming. And now I can talk to anyone. I just had a lot of meetings, and I was like, whoa, what? I'm saying the things you said to me, and I'm glad. And it's just, it was automatically built in my brain. So thank you. You're doing something very great.
You're welcome. As are you. I remember fondly there was a point where you needed to postpone one of our sessions together because you were so bogged down meeting with investors who wanted to invest in you. And I was like, well, there couldn't be a better reason to postpone a meeting. So do you want to talk like a little bit about where you are now, what life looks like since we've finished working together, the investment offers that you've had, and where you're at?
Yeah, sure. So life is crazy now. We got a lot of offers from investors before, I started, talking to you and working together with you. I thought that, VCs will not be, interested at all, because because they are mostly, focusing on startups who already have revenue. So we don't have revenue yet. I mean, we have a little, but we haven't, finished we haven't closed a whole year yet with getting revenue. So it was really great that, I think, because I'm sending all of the materials, what we put together, they're considering, investing in us, because they see that, whoa, okay, everything seems professional. And I mean, the strategy, the pitch deck is there. It's just so they can tell that we see our product and we understand it, and they're investing in founders. This is what I think all of the founders should understand, that they, whether if you're talking to an angel investor or a VC, they're investing in the team and in you who are representing the company. So yeah, but now we're trying to find the right person to go on with. So we're like, yeah, we're selecting, from the options now. We're talking a lot with the investors, because this is a long-term commitment. So it's like marriage,
And you've got a few official offers now for $1 million plus, right?
Yes. So we were going for only 1 million, and the first pitch deck was about $500,000. You remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And then I was talking to, some investors, and they said, whoa, I mean, the market is huge. Are you sure 500,000 will be enough, to extend the company, the whole team in the United States? And I was like, no. And so they said, okay, but you should be more responsible. So think about a number and just, ask for it. And I was like, okay, $1 million. And now it really looks like that we will be able to close a $2 million round.
That's amazing. That's every early stage founder's dream. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence at the moment, thinking about investing in pitch coaching and the Pitch with Impact program that you've been on with me, but is maybe having a few doubts, worries, fears about sort of investing in themselves and getting a coach? What would you say to them?
Yeah, okay. So let me talk to y'all. Working with Ben is a game changer. Come on. Investing in your own growth. I mean, as a founder or speaker or whatever you do, I think is the most important thing, because you're obviously the right person to, to get help from, because I mean, here's an example. This is me, and I'm reaching my achievement, I'm reaching achievements very easily. And I became so confident in what I'm doing. And that's amazing, because I'm here in Hungary, Budapest, and everything is a little more hard, it's harder to do everything from here. So I don't have the opportunity to just, grab a coffee with an investor. I don't have that. I'm not there. I'm not in the United States. I'm here in Budapest, and I think you're the best coach who I could, talk to. And yeah, it's a no-brainer. You cared for me the whole time. I mean, whenever I had a question, you were there. You answered, you helped me. You also asked me, in the middle of the week, hey, Sharon, how are you going? How's everything? And so the whole vibe, what you have and your personality is just awesome. So I think nobody should hesitate. Investing in yourself when you're somebody representing a company, I think it's the best investment. So it's a must to have.